Well, guys, welcome back to another, I guess this is another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Wow. This is like my second one on the channel. My name is Leaf. If you guys are new here, welcome. I'm not really the biggest dinosaur guy, but hey, I can be persuaded to be. So, we just have like a whole lot of stuff to go over in regards to Jurassic World Evolution 2. We have our first feature focus on the topic of like dinosaur acquisition and management, and we also have this article by our good friend Andrew Rainier, which was posted just a few days ago. How many days ago was it actually? It was posted just this Monday. And yeah, there is a whole lot of stuff that we can cover in regards to all of this. So we can start off with the feature focus because I really like a lot of the stuff happening in here. So of course we see like a lot of the stuff that we've already seen before. We see the Nasutoceratops, which we've seen before, the Amargasaurus, Triceratops, yada yada yada. But there's a lot of stuff written in the text in between these pictures, even though I'm more of a picture guy myself. But yeah, we are going to be seeing like a lot more stuff in the coming weeks in regards to Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm very excited to see a lot of it happen. This is all the stuff that Frontier has to say on regards to it, so we can talk about like dinosaurs and prehistoric reptiles. So we're not just restricted to, you know, dinosaurs, so like Nasutoceratops in this example. We're also able to get like, you know, Mosasaurus. We also see that our good friend has also Andrew Rainier. Yeah, he was able to let us in on a lot of these. So Acrocanthosaurus, Allosaurus, Amargasaurus, Ankylosaurus, Baryonyx, Brachiosaurus, Camarasaurus, Nasutoceratops, Pteranodon, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus Rex. So these are all going to be really awesome to see. I really didn't expect, like, you know, a Jurassic World game without any of these. Maybe Camarasaurus. I don't really, you know, they just kind of feel like Brachiosauruses to me. I'm gonna be completely honest. I couldn't really tell the difference between them in Jurassic World Evolution 1, but hey, maybe they'll get like a big ol' upgrade. I don't know. Not really the biggest dinosaur guy, as I said before, but hey, we have a lot of stuff. So we have updated the process of acquiring and bioengineering dinosaurs in your parks. Extracting DNA from their fossils will allow you to build up their genome and create them in your hatcheries. While dinosaurs in JW1 had to be created one at a time, hatcheries can now release several dinosaurs at a time, letting you populate your parks with dinosaurs a lot faster than before. This is easily one of my biggest qualms with JW1. I don't know, it was just kind of restrictive to have, like, you know, huge pack animals like let's just say Gallimimus. You can only do them one at a time. Now we can do it a lot more efficiently and a lot more quickly. I guess that's going to be really awesome to see, just because, you know, it's going to allow us to populate those exhibits even faster. Even though, you know, I'm very much against the fact that we can't just click and drop things, kind of like Zoo Tycoon 1 and Zoo Tycoon 2 did. And kind of like how Prehistoric Kingdom does too, but we're not even going to touch that right now. So the process is split into two stages: synthesis and incubation. Synthesis, you create a clutch of eggs and apply genetic modifications to tweak everything from dinosaur social traits, lifespan, skin patterns, and coloration. The results of genetic modifications are revealed at the end of the synthesis stage, and your dinosaurs may have both desirable and undesirable traits, depending on what you choose. I feel like we can see this get expanded a lot more in Sandbox, basically allow us to create those perfect dinosaurs that we hope to achieve. And in incubation, the dinosaurs are raised to adulthood inside the hatchery, and the dinosaurs can be released into your park. I hope we can actually see a lot of the stuff that, you know, happens inside the hatchery at this point. I would really love to see Frontier flesh out a lot of that stuff, to basically just let us see baby dinosaurs. I feel like that'd be really adorable. And, you know, we have, like, who was it? Bumpy? I already see people talking about Bumpy and Key. Sure. Yeah, Bumpy. I want to see a baby Bumpy or something like that, you know? But, no, besides that, a remote release, which lets you transport dinosaurs directly from a hatchery to a different point on the map. That's awesome, so we don't need to, like, build those containment enclosures and have to transport them from there. Bioengineering isn't the only way to get dinosaurs into your park. Certain modes allow you to transport live dinosaurs into your park from the wild via remote capture and narrative events in some levels, and there'll be wild dinosaurs in the surrounding area that you'll need to locate, tranquilize, and transport back to your facility. So I don't know if you guys remember, this is going to be extremely specific, but there was that one map in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 where you had to actually, like, tranquilize the dinosaurs, not dinosaurs, the animals in the wild, and then you had to transport them back to the exhibits that you make for them. It was in the Wild expansion. I remember it oddly specifically, and I feel like they're going to do that same exact thing with this process. So it's going to be really cool. I really did love that. It was like, it adds a whole new dimension to like storytelling for your parks and stuff like that. I'm very excited to see how that like ends up being. So food, water, and comfortable environment, yada yada, natural territory. So this is what my buddy Trico was telling me about earlier. So this is going to be really cool. So dinosaurs will be able to like designate their own territory, and if they don't like it anymore, if they deplete all their resources, they'll leave it kind of like, you know, in shambles, and they'll move to a different part of it. So you'll have like this new management style where you'll actually need to like refurbish that part of the habitat. I don't know, it just seems really cool. It adds like a whole new dimension to exhibits in this game, and that's something I feel like was lacking in JWE1. Once you made an exhibit, you really wouldn't go back to it, but this will actually allow you to keep on refreshing it and keep on making it interesting. I don't know, just very, very excited to see it. So your dinosaurs will exhibit new behaviors and react to their surroundings. We've added new animations for dinosaurs when they're resting, socializing, walking, running, hunting, and fighting, making it more realistic and natural. I'm just very excited to see all of this. I really do. So, I don't know. Back in JWE1, you kind of notice that a lot of the dinosaurs use the same rigs and, you know, the same animations. I'm just really excited to see a lot more behaviors in regards to that. I don't know, it's just going to be really cool to see like this whole new area of life be expanded on for all these dinosaurs. Just very, very cool. And you can heal them with medical staff. That's going to be really cool as well. Paleo medical facility. That's awesome. And we get a mobile veterinary unit. So hopefully you can like drive it yourself up to the dinosaurs and stuff and heal them right up there. So I feel like if we check out this trailer over here, if it will play, that is. So I feel like this van that we saw right here, yeah, so that is the mobile veterinary unit. And let's actually bring that full screen. So that's probably going to be what it looks like. I think, yeah, you can kind of read it on their mobile veterinary unit. And so that's probably what we're seeing right here. We see an injured Nasudo, I think that is. Yeah, that's an injured Nasudo. So that's going to be really cool to see like any gameplay changes with that. Very excited to see that. So we also see fighting for dominance. Luckily, certain species get along better with others, letting you create peaceful enclosures by housing compatible dinosaurs together. There may even be bonuses to your dinosaur and park ratings if compatible dinosaurs share an enclosure. Something to look out for, park rangers. So that's essentially going to be interspecies enrichment. I don't really seeing it being like too big of a feature, but it'll be really something to help players kind of orient themselves over to that kind of stuff. To stay on top of your welfare needs, dinosaurs, your ranger teams can link up to ranger posts and be placed inside your enclosures. That's actually really cool. So it actually gives a little bit more staff interaction within the enclosure, because I know that you couldn't really put anything inside the enclosure in JWE1. But that's going to be really cool to see like a lot more interaction happen within the exhibits themselves, because I know a lot of this stuff happens outside the exhibit, and the exhibit was only for the dinosaurs. I'm just very excited to see how that is all going to play out. Guys, this is shaping up to be such a good game. I don't know. Just very excited to see this all happen. Is there anything else I missed? Not really. So we can actually pop over to Andrew Rainier's article over here. So, no dinosaurs fighting. Smaller variety will team up to take on larger beasts. So that's really cool. Raptors can hunt in packs. So, you know that one scene with Muldoon, I guess his name was, where yeah, the clever girls, I guess. I'm just very excited to see like how that all happens. I can't wait to see like the animations between them all. There's a little spider on my window, really nice. I love mentioning like all the wildlife that's on my window during these videos. Dinosaurs are injured, yada yada, we already mentioned that. Mobile vet unit monitoring dinosaurs' health will be much more easier. That's awesome, and that's gonna have like synergies with the ranger posts. I'm really excited to see all that happen. Wood says there's a bit of a fog of war to that information, and players will need to keep tabs on it. Alright, that's pretty interesting. Alright, significant enhancements are also being applied to guests, their behaviors, and the structures you can build for them. Each guest mood will be divided into 4 categories: adventure, standard, nature, and luxury. That's gonna gravitate them towards what they want, and Adventure Junkie will want to see more carnivores. I assume Luxury will kind of go for more like shops and stuff like that. Nature will like to see a lot more like, you know, natural habitats, so that may have a synergy. I already closed out of it. But with like that interspecies bonus that we saw before, so maybe they'll want like more paleo accurate representations of exhibits. So I don't know, maybe you put the Cretaceous dinosaurs from South America with the other Cretaceous dinosaurs from South America. Not really sure. I'm just spitballing here. I'm not the biggest paleo nerd. You know, you guys know how I am. The player can tailor attractions and amenities towards these specific groups. These two structures are fully customizable, right down to what they want to offer and how they look with the click of the button. The base attraction can transform into an aquarium, bowling alley, cinema, arcade, spa, you name it. Alright, so this is what I'm very curious about. So we can see that you can probably put down like entertainment facility, for example. So that's going to be like the base group. So let's actually pull up this. I'm going to make a new paint document. So let's just say you put down entertainment facility. Guests can walk in, and they can walk in like that. All right. So there's probably going to be different tabs, so you can choose which one you want. And so let's just say aquarium, spa, bowling alley, and what else was it? I don't know, arcade. So that'll change the general appearance of that. And so what I'm hypothesizing is that you can't edit outside of this boundary. So I'll do that in blue. So you can't edit anything outside of blue. But everything in, let's just say, outside of the pink, sure. Yeah, why not? But everything in blue, you could customize. So that's my thought on this. So you put down the initial blueprint, or like the footprint rather, and then you can edit whatever is inside of that footprint itself. Maybe not fully customizable, even though he says it is fully customizable. I'm not sure if you can put props or anything, but let's actually just read more because it may reveal more. The facade, roof decoration, entrance location, signage, immediate surrounding ground. So yeah, can be changed with a number of preset options. Okay, that's the keyword right there, preset. For the ground, you can have trees, dinosaur skeletons, flags, and more. The color of all items can be altered. If you want your shop to be hot pink, so be it. If you want each piece to be a different color, you can do that too. The range of color is extensive, allowing specific shades to be picked from a wheel. That's good. So we at least get like hex codes, quote unquote. So that's good. Not really too keen on like what surrounding area means, so maybe even orange. So anything from that area to that area can be customizable, but if you're like out here, you won't be able to edit that. So I'm not really too sure how that's going to shape out. Again, I wouldn't really play Jurassic World Evolution for the in-depth building mechanics, of course. I would play it for the dinosaurs and the interesting take on park mechanic and park management. I don't know. I'm just very excited to see that. So during my demo, what's in Newbold were positioned in the lower left, covering much of the display where the park rating was in the game. I didn't get to see much was there, but when Woods moved his arm, I saw a series of arrows. I asked if the player could speed up time, and he said there are some time controls we allow the player to pause time and also speed up time. That's great, you know? That was one of my biggest qualms with JWE1, wow, is that we couldn't really alter time that much. We couldn't really get that specific time management where you could speed up the time and your park would get more money quicker. That's really awesome that we have that. So one of the new threats to the region is a snowstorm, which covers most of the ground in snow and can create problems all across the park, such as losing power. I guess it's just going to function the same as natural disasters. Maybe if we're lucky, we can see the snow have an effect on the buildings, kind of like we do in Planet Zoo. But I would like to see actual poses of threats to it and some actual mechanics to it. So you have to hire maintenance crews to kind of dig out, the buildings from the snow. That would be really cool. We know marine dinos are in the sequel, but I didn't get to see them, yada yada. Mosasaurus Lagoon will have to be huge, but what else can we add to it? How customizable will that be? And it's pretty much just the end of that over there, so we can actually scroll up a little bit. looking at the sandbox map, which stretches across the whole screen, so I assume it's going to be about the same size as Planet Zoo. That's going to be really good because, you know, even I have never filled up an entire Planet Zoo map. And yeah, it's just going to be really awesome to see that all happen. You know, the guy was looking at a forest theme, so we didn't get any look at the desert theme, so we saw like a northern, kind of like Canada landscape. But yeah, that's going to be really cool to see. So there's 75 new species to unearth. That's going to be really good for base game. I forget how much was in JWE1. I didn't even think it was that much, I'll be completely honest. So it's really cool to see the 75 species. Plus we're going to have over a dozen body colors. So if I pull up calc, actually no, we'll just do 75 times 12. All right. So that's 900 different variations of dinosaurs and marine reptiles and flying reptiles that we can have in the game. So it's going to be really awesome to see. Flying reptiles, I'm really happy that this is plural because I want to see Plesiosaurus. Plesios are easily some of my favorites. Nothosaurus is also really cool. Is that what I'm thinking of? Nothosaurus. Yeah, it's just a really cool looking, like, you know, looks like a demented crocodile or something like that. I don't really know. I really like them, you know? So yeah, DNA, yep, we already talked about synthesization, I guess. And I also noticed somewhere in here is that the Triceratops and like herbivorous dinosaurs don't really require foliage on the feeders, but they can eat right from the ground. That's really cool to see grazing mechanics in there. I don't know, just very excited to see that. And I also hope we can get some enrichment as well. Roughly a dozen different rocks. There may have been more, so that's also extremely awesome because we get to decorate the exhibits a lot more. I feel like JWE2 really needs to compete with PK in regards to that. They really need to hammer in on the customization of the exhibits, meanwhile still keeping like that simple, you're not designing every single facet of the exhibit, you're designing like the general concept of it. And I feel like that's an advantage that JWE2 actually has, because, you know, even sometimes me, I'm like a very creative builder. I don't want to sit down and spend that much time going through, you know, just going through making sure every single rock is in place. Sometimes I just want to make a habitat, put on the foliage brush, put down a few rocks, and that's it. So I'm very happy to see that Frontier isn't losing that aspect of JWE1. I know like people like Estan, I know people like Drew will kind of not really appreciate that aspect of it, but you know, I kind of do, I'll admit. I like to take the lazy way out. So Aviary, this is going to be really insane. So enhanced enclosure design extends to the Aviary, which can hold numerous flying critters, including the Pteranodon, which I got to see emerge from the lab. 3 of them fly out together, each animated in different ways to give off the impression of a flock. That's going to be really awesome to see. Their habitat is barren at first, but wood dives in with the editing tools and quickly adds trees, water, and rocks to it. The size of the Aviary is also determined by the player. That's going to be really awesome. So I'm not sure if we can get something like this heading into handy dandy paint right now. So let's just say you put down that initial block and you can stretch and expand that like that. That'll be really awesome to see. But the size of the aviary is determined by the player. More glass domes can be added freely, much like the fencing, to make the enclosure grow dynamically. That's going to be really cool. If the pteranodons grow agitated, they can smash through glass and fly through the park, potentially going after guests. That's going to be really cool. I'm excited. But the player then can track them down and tranquilize them, get them back where they belong. I asked Woods if the ground dinosaurs could interact with the flying reptiles, and neither of them wanted to talk about it just yet, saying that the answer will come late 2021 to the launch of the game. I really hope they do, because I could love to see like the pteranodons preying on compies or something like that. That would be really cool. Or Coelophysis. By the way, I learned how to say it, guys. Trust me. I know. I'm becoming a dinosaur nerd. Close enough. I didn't see any dinosaurs fight in the demo, yada yada. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Very excited to see that, and we all can also see this. So this is what I am excited about. So excited. So we can see that, you know, Woods probably interacted with all of this. He probably placed down like all the water manually. I can kind of see like some of the stuff come into fruition right here. We can see those curves over there. We can see like all the glass on the aviaries and stuff. I'm very excited to see like, so I think that may actually be a viewing platform inside of there. And, you know, I'm just very excited to see it all happen. So I'm very happy to see, like, all these fly around. And you can kind of see how janky it is if you guys just watch, like, the bears deep diving in Planet Zoo. You can kind of see, like, how janky the turns are. You can definitely see that with this guy right there. If you just track him going down like that, and the quick turn that he makes right there, you can see that this is very AI determined. You can see them, like, procedurally generating their flight path. And I'm very hopeful that, you know, they'll at least iron out some of those rotational kinks and get that working. And hopefully we can see that happen in Planet Zoo as well. So that's pretty much all I have to report on. Also 4 modes: Campaign, Chaos Theory, Challenge, and Sandbox. I'm very excited to see what Chaos Theory is. I haven't really read much about that, but that's going to be really cool. I don't know, just very exciting stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to report on. A bit of a longer video today, I know, but I really do appreciate you guys sticking by me. Be sure to drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you're most excited about. I'm very excited about, like, the Aviaries themselves, especially for what they mean for Planet Zoo specifically, but also to see, like, how they actually get fleshed out in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And be sure to drop a sub if you can, if you want. I will be reporting on JWE2 going forward. But yeah, I'm just very excited to report this all to you guys nonetheless. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Goodbye.